Сейчас все ломается. Так, смотрим, что пикнули NaVi, что пикнули. Что забанили. Так, первый пикнули Героик, Инферно, NaVi пикнули Мираж. И напоследок остается Трейн. На самом деле очень интересно будет посмотреть этот матч.
You mentioned NaVi losing that to Heroic. That was an OT game. The day after, NaVi follow up and get wrecked on it by Mousesport, who have looked really good on Nuke as of late. Simple even tweeted after that map like, okay, we need to fix Nuke. And to be fair, they did. They showed up better against Complexity in the match following that. But at least at the moment, Heroic have looked good on Nuke. So I think that's a really good thing to not see, for NaVi's sake, to not see them having to take on that map. I think they've won the veto, but I don't know if they'll win the series, Trace. We have to find out.
Series is on the line, but tournament life is not finals appearance. Now that sounds pretty damn good to me.
Для вас, для всех, парни, сохранить. Ну что принеслось? Давайте, парни наши, мы болеем за вас, только за вас. Тащите. Так. Ну, коэффициент на NaVi. Флейми пропустил. Нет, так, NaVi взяли первый раунд. Очень хорошо.
And that's the thing. I do think as well, right? This isn't the case that this is like group stage NaVi that you're going to be up against anymore. Where, you know, maybe they can stomach a few shortcomings in these matchups. You know, this is going to be prime NaVi, a NaVi that's trying to reach the grand finals, they're trying to get there.
Combo with the shot from Electronic and down alone on shore.
Быстренько сливаем второй раунд.
Very quickly and even more brutally.
Здесь все понятненько. Давайте быстренько сливаем ставно и идем к третьему оружейному. Точнее, даже третьего оружейного ты не должен быть. Видим денег. Герой смотрит вообще. Так, все закрывает, но молодцом.
Something that is very, very cool though about NaVi is when we have seen them play Inferno, and this has actually been the case for kind of everything outside of these three maps that we see them frequent a lot. They've been pretty secretive at revealing what maps they're comfortable on. Inferno has always either been the map pick of an opponent or a third map decider, and NaVi actually haven't lost it in the two times they've played it. Those wins being over G2, who picked into it against NaVi, and Mousesport, who left it in there as a third map decider. And so that's kind of like a cool idea, right? Like NaVi are only ever showing us
хотя NaVi такой могут
as a result, they're quite a tricky team to try and play against, as this map veto shows off in quite the big way. You know, I don't really know if the first time these two teams played, I think Heroic tried to go a lot off of like stats and what looked to be weak maps for NaVi, and obviously that didn't really work out for them the last time that they played. They faced a loss on Overpass. They went on to win NaVi's map pick, funnily enough, and then NaVi closed out that series. So we don't really know, like, outside of these few maps, where this NaVi squad is at in terms of having like a huge repertoire of games to go off. I think that puts them in a really good position.
Ну, такие ребят. Вот, следующий раунд, он будет зависеть много. Посмотрим, в какой форме сейчас находится Героик. Все-таки по прошедшим картам мы видели. По прошлой игре форму Героика она была просто выше всех похвал.
I don't think he's doubling it. Not in this round. The burst fire is out.
Ложится от перфекта.
NaVi,
Неплохо, ждем третий раунд. Думаю, что это очень заруба, очень сильная заруба.
You know, I thought that burst might come through in a big way, but also I knew it wasn't going to come through in any sort of way.
Перфект оформил.
3-0, NaVi off to a good start on the map pick of Heroic. Again, we're trying to send some folks into the grand finals here. Not really sure who it's going to be just yet, but let us know using hashtag ESL Pro League. You see it right there on the right in case I have spoken that a little too fast for you. Use that across any social media platform you want, but Twitter is going to be where you get our attention. Weapons in this round for Heroic.
Boost up on the short side. I like this one as well. It's quite the annoying angle to deal with. You've got to fully commit to the swing to even get Perfecto into a fight, and he's supported by two more NaVi players. Heroic, they do tend to Molotov the short positions. We'll see if they go back to that as NaVi stall things out in the middle.
Защиту NaVi.
Done the same over towards B. Even
Бум,
flashes
подсадку
image
уходит
back
на
in
банан.
after the smoke blooms. Katie does hear it and knows
Добрый
that he's
смоком, видимо,
crossed, but the
услышал
smoke
ОП.
again denies Heroic more info, more vision, and more control. They're fine with that. They'll group back up towards middle with the bomb. Tess is in the apartments, and NaVi about to walk into this porch side setup.
Ну и, похоже, выход будет под А. Так, здесь нас встречает трое. Опа, увидел бойлер. Хорошо. Размен. Электроник умница. Город пошел. Ну один. Два, давайте, ребят. Своим. Ну тут АВП стал очень опасно на самом деле. Накрывает он смоком.
On V2, Bunic and Flamey on the other side. Flamey's been having some great games as of late as well for NaVi. This is not the easiest of spots to be in. Now, despite all these guns being down at top mid, no one has traded out here for NaVi. They're just looking to take this fight and not give away that position. And now that they deal the killing blow, they retrieve the ult, they grab the guns from mid. And they get the defuse as well. That's a very, very good round for NaVi, and a bit unfortunate for Heroic as they walk into that short stop.
Yeah, the only reason they even get a bomb plant there is because Electronic, after killing the fourth player out through middle, turns around to look at Astra. He considers surely that not five-man crunching mid that they were. Stam is just a little late. I like the setup, even though Simple is very...
Класс. Класс.
Little done. He draws attention away from Heroic for Electronic to activate, and that's something that we even have seen Heroic run on their CT side. So NaVi
Что происходит, собственно? Алло.
Using their own tricks against them. Back to guns though. Bomb plant does facilitate it. No orb yet for Cadian. And one in the previous, but it's been yoinked right out of his hands.
Also, it's Simple's birthday.
Ooh.
And everyone wants to lock in a grand final on their birthday, right? That's surely how that works.
Happy birthday, Sasha.
Да, у Сани, кстати, сегодня день рождения. И думаю, будет большим подарком. Низкий как не по таймингам зажимает его Кэджиан Флейми. Так, ну тут деньги есть, можно и попробовать выбить точку Б. Делать кик, смоки.
No one even moving out of the pits, right? Nico still in the apartment, still selling a fake, and in fact, even if he dies, it's too late.
Так, Нико. Все-таки он не сейвит, и Ника это понял.
Very attuned to the apartments right now. All three players set up for it. And even though there's a V sticking out, Nico can't get a kill.
Идет прочекать шорт. Не уходит, не показывает молодцом. Но вот сейчас информация по нему пошла. Вот сейчас у нас выйдет оттуда Флейми. Кто? Перфекто. Выгнали. Да. Ребята, вот это не очень не люблю убивание это. Так. Кроется, кроется. Не надо, не надо! Какой нож? Ты чё, Боров, ты забыл матч против не помню кого? Вы тоже, по-моему, виталите зарубили и потом слили карту. Катку не просто слили в сухую. А, видимо, чувствуется вот эта напряженка. Готов он зарезать ножом. Да.
Happy birthday, Simple. Happy birthday.
That's unreal. I didn't realize
Happy.
this. This is my bad.
Перед днем рождения хотел
Born in
поздравить
97.
Симпла,
I didn't know
зарезав
that.
его с ножом.
Where were you born, Harry?
Like 2008.
Oh no! Trapped between two mollies. They gotta smoke it. NaVi had no choice there if they wanted to escape. Heroic could have been up ult mid. They were not. Tessus has been in the apartments the entire time.
Так, ну бомба лежит также на минду. Нам играют 3А2Б. И по сути они о своей тактике рассказывали
And happy birthday to Hugo.
в превью,
Because everyone gets to have a birthday.
интервью.
Cheers, man. Happy birthday, Trey.
Happy birthday, Hugo.
Закрыли смоком шорт и стягиваются на А. Здесь трое принимает. С Б пацаны также не оттягиваются, понимая, что может быть любой момент фейк. Вылил смог. Опять уже.
Hugo fact checks himself. New
Ну,
process, actually.
пацаны стоят, молодцы. Молодцом, Бумыч. Умница. Флейми не отыграл. Ладно, 2 в 3. Преимущество за нами. Смотрим выбивание. Это однозначно будет выбивание. Да. Ника и Тесус довольно-таки хорошие стрелки. Полетел смог. Да, флешка. Так, время идет, ребятки, нужно быстро торопиться. Вот, умница. Умница. Последний не дать убить троих. Флешку, молотов, никого ничего нет. Есть у всех хиты. Дали позицию. Какие же умницы, какие же умницы. Ребята, давайте забираем. Это пик Heroic. Они пикнули Heroic в виде, как NaVi уничтожили Маусаус. В принципе. Да, проблемы были у NaVi именно за КТ сторону, который они сейчас тащат. Да? Да. Очень интересно, мы тоже поработали NaVi над стороной КТ. Инферно, естественно. Иначе как слышно? Был чат, я бы спросил.
Broken by for Heroic, they have to go for it, but a Tech-9 and a Galil, far from perfection, stalling out this orb for yet another round. KD does keep cash for it though. Simple's already been showing up in a big way, back on this A site right now, as Heroic set up nades.
Выход на А, Simple встречает молотом, электроника работает также. Чуток не долетело. Умница, перфекто. Все на месте, ребята. Никто не спит в этом матче. Все на грани концентрации. Вот тебе, Федя. Просто вот тебе. Показывать, наверное, нельзя. Молодцы, парни. 5-0 закрыли. 6-1, парни. И напоминаю, что это пик Heroic. Героик. Как хотите это называть. Ой, берут первый тайм-аут. Что у них не так?
Once you start hearing that AWP go off, if you're Heroic, you do get a little bit rattled.
Вот идиот.
You don't want to feed this guy, but then
Вот
again,
идиот.
his teammates are perfectly capable of backing him up.
Просто взял и отключил.
Backing him up.
Ай, ладно. Забыл про это. Ну, смотрим, опять, они только что. У них форс. Пойдут на щит. Нет, они все-таки решают заходить на А. Здесь электроника работает отлично. Симпл закрыли смоком, но примерное понимание, как всегда, у него есть. Бомба пода. Умница, парни, просто умница. Закрывать. 7-1. Тайм-ауты не нужны. Ребят, тут надо просто сливать NaVi. Давайте финал. Да. Симпл, как всегда, на высоте. Молодцом.
You get the pick early on in the round, and everything else just sort of falls into place. Now the big Akbai, the AKs coming out for Heroic, 5 deep.
Cadian could have got the AWP, but it would have left him with almost no nades, maybe a flash, and that's it. So I imagine that's some of the reasons why he's buying.
Поменяли расстановку, смотрю. Бомж, по-моему, опять пушит банан. Ну, бомба, также на банане. Нет, все-таки возвращает прежнюю расстановку. При этом бомба идет под Б. Да? Вероятнее всего фейк и выход на Б. Посмотрим.
They've got things on lockdown right now. 5-on-5, but the damage has been dished out all across Heroic's T side. Bomb is still top B. So while Heroic might be setting sights towards A and making some noise, it's likely they're going to come back towards this B site later in the round. That or the bomb rotates now, and it's already seeming to be the case.
Все-таки оттягиваются они под А, и это будет, вероятнее всего, выход под А. Решили пофейковать, потопать там, видимо. Давай, Саня. Много зависит от него, от этой позиции. Боже, ох, попал, но ставил двух каленых. Ребята, нужно. Электроник молодцом, еще нужно. Забирать, ребята, у них все каленые. Знает позицию электроника, не пропускает бомбу. Блядь, все, сосать. Нет, похоже. Ну, 1-2, ребят, нужно забирать, как всегда, бумер с флейми. Давайте, ребят, нужно такое забирать, нельзя давать, нельзя расслабляться ни в коем случае. Стаун забрал. Давай, дожимай. Какой тайминг был бы. Хорош. 8-1, ребят, все очень хорошо. Складывается NaVi сейчас. Еще зависит. Умницы. На тоненького, за это мы и любим, да, ребят? Да? Сейчас я попробую открыть чат, если может быть. Так, Так, ладно, набери. Ребят, справлю. Открою чат.
NaVi haven't even needed to run this triple B setup either. It's not like they've been throwing heavy utility into Banana every round. It's simply been one Molotov to stop Heroic running up the top of B, but maybe that's something Heroic can exploit later on a faster B approach, dropping a smoke on the molly and committing with spawn side.
Так, видим трое игроков. Герой. Ой, как флэш. Такой бумыч стягивается. Бумыч закидывает Б, скорее всего это будет выход под Б, потому что бомба топает на Б. Сайт уже зашли. Возможно, подсадка. Симпла. Какая подсадка там вообще? Так, деньги есть, ребят, в любом случае можно попробовать выбить. Вот! Умница Флейми. 2 в 4, ребят, ну это вообще нужно забирать в любом случае. Что? Понимаете? понимаю, это тяжело. Флешки полетели. Ну, наверное. Время есть, умница. Там, хорош, парни. 9-1, если это будет тот же матч, что и G2, я буду просто рад. Но, конечно, хотелось бы попаднее.
Sort of one by one, but also simultaneously through the smoke. Their angles are lined up so they can get the trades they need. There's a reason they're sitting 9-1 currently. It's all right there inside of your footage.
One of the things that must feel great about this as well is like for the longest team, you know, Danish CS in the form of Astralis was like the bane of NaVi. Like those were the guys like gatekeeping the first places at every single tournament. And yeah, man, this ain't Astralis, it's heroic. But still, they've been on such an insane run and have beat the likes of Astralis at this event, right? And so now to just be completely and utterly wiping the floor with them, that's got to be a real feel-good feeling for a guy like Simple.
Especially how, you know, competitive that series was between these exact two teams in the group stage. It went the distance, they went close maps. Right now, NaVi on Heroic's pick are dealing with
выход бомбой на... Опять же, здесь трое игроков, может, в Сити. Ой, как подставил за симпл сейчас. Но электроник здесь. Двоих. Умница, перфекта не спит. 2 в 1. Что он делает? Опять этот саунд. 12 хедспоинтов для Флейми должно быть. В принципе.
Maybe going for a different wraparound now. Could downplay the smoke. The bomb's planted for long. It's going towards the short side, and Flamey can catch him in the open.
Прячется, он прячется просто. И проверить ли Флейми, вот в чем вопрос. Это просто умница. Просто расцеловать его. 10-1, ребята. Как вам такое начало? Сзади до конца, начало конца.
Barup even said that interview the other day that like NaVi just seemed like a team that are really good up against Heroic, and yeah, with this scoreline, I'm kind of inclined to agree.
Так, ребят, могу здесь погромче.
This is a very dominant look at NaVi.
This is a NaVi who could take the whole tournament right now.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone's disagreeing there. I think, you know, like the biggest challenge right now that we've seen that's left was probably Heroic. And it's not looking too challenging to NaVi right about now.
In the early days, I'd like to think, but it definitely worries me that this is the map pick of Heroic in the series. Though, often as they do swap.
Бывает. Даже на таком уровне, ребята. Что? Ладно. Так, они перебегают на у NaVi пустое. Боже мой. Сейчас, если девятка это проверит, она проверит слышит перфекта. Может забрать двоих. Близко. Это убивание, либо сейф. Но и по деньгам, в принципе, довольно-таки много. Да, они уйдут на сейф.
Well, if this is a save, you know, at least that's kind of paint a picture for how the rest of the tournament's looking, you know. So this is the upper bracket, right? Winner of this goes straight to those grand finals. The loser, they drop on down to play the winner of Astralis and Mouse Sports. So let's just think about the teams that we still have left, right? We got NaVi, Heroic, Mouse, Astralis. And for a lot of people, I think they were looking as Heroic, the kind of guys to maybe put NaVi through the ringer a bit, you know, try and tire these guys out, see what they can do. And it is feeling a little bit one-sided to begin the night. And then you look down at like that Astralis Mouse battle that's going to be going down. I think a lot of people would say, oh, well, you know, maybe it's the other Danes, maybe it's Astralis who can keep being that kryptonite to NaVi as they have been throughout every kind of event where they had that head-to-head take place. And then, like, you think about it even more, though, but one of the more interesting things there for me is that Mouse Sports have bested Astralis in head-to-heads a lot of the time. More so than Astralis have actually won them out. Mouse Sports just seem like kind of the kryptonite to Astralis in that sense. So it's a very, very weird way that these playoffs have kind of come together, you know, with every team facing someone who's just really good up against them in order to reach the playoffs. And that's why it feels like you have to give a lot of credit to whoever does end up securing these grand final spots that are going to be remaining.
10-2. Not slowing down.
Yeah, I think the biggest worry of all of this is we've seen some dominant T sides in this tournament, especially on a map like Inferno. Think of that NaVi Mouse Sports game the other night. There was the 13-2 T side for NaVi, and then it goes the distance, it goes all the way back. And NaVi close it in round 29. Right now, it's not the same case. This is a strong CT side, and NaVi looking to keep it up. Simple
Ой, перфекто.
tucked under the balcony.
Должен
Swings
быть.
wide, no trade needed, as Electronic is smoked off as well.
Хорошо, размен есть. Simple здесь. Simple.
He gets pinched from the apartments. Electronic couldn't cover. He was still watching the smoke, and the bombs are back, dropped mid. Stan's got to get it. Do they want to commit here? There's not really much else he can do. He's got to get past Electronic to join his team in the site, and they've lost track of the man in question. Going through the apartments, do Heroic no.
Hopefully they figure it out, right? They wrap up through short. Boomich is pushed through long into the top of mid while all this madness is going on. Electronic reroutes in through middle to clear it out from the other side, anticipating that maybe there was someone in the apartments, but there's not for Heroic. Instead, they've got two down here in the pit, one in the site, and this crossfire can be a tricky one to deal with. A lot of this kind of hinges on Electronic making some kind of play in tandem with Boomich through the apartments for sure. And he does have that flash to try and set them up, but losing Boomich right away, that is a pretty rough hand to get dealt. Because now this pit crossfire is just too deadly for NaVi to contend with, and they're going to have to save.
The damage has been done, right? Even though Heroic have been losing a lot of these rounds, think about the amount of one-on-ones that Stan's found himself in. That has chipped away slow and steady against the NaVi economy, and the save is definitely the right call if they want to buy up for these last couple of rounds. Still going to leave Heroic with a chance to salvage something in this half, looking at 5 on the T side. It wouldn't be bad after how this begun. But are NaVi going to let it slip away that easily? Simple back on the yaw. Got a full buy hit for NaVi. Cadian's got one of his own as well. So maybe we'll get that head-to-head after all.
Heroic пикнули Inferno.
Cadian is just sprinting.
Умница, Simple на
I don't
месте.
know how Simple gets it, but he does. The orb was posted up, but he saw the barrel of it, so he knows that Cadian is in this position, not repeating.
Смокон отлично. В апсах опять же у нас уже проходит. Электроник на месте. Да, электроник на месте.
He hasn't necessarily been the kindest of Heroic. They have found the little success that they have had.
Так, сейчас посмотрим, куда пойдет бомба. И она идет на Б.
Leave Nico over there in the apps by himself. The rest of the Heroic
что это за тайминги?
Smoke out for NaVi.
Выкидывает. Да,
There's
59
damage
секунд,
there,
в принципе.
but no landage on the Boomich.
Yeah, and that lurk of Nico and Apps keeps players over towards A that much longer, and now Heroic actually given the opportunity to rotate away from B. Look to hit this A site at NaVi, they fully rotated, all with the exception of Electronic, who admittedly has given us some great rounds inside of this A site, but this has got to be one of them. If NaVi want to salvage this round, it's a 4-on-4, and Electronic needs
Хорошо, одного есть.
now into the pit, trying to
Не
stay
был.
alive, but Cadian hits it
Simple
on the
здесь.
cross. Simple chiming in with one of his own. The bomb does get into the site, but Simple swinging wide, dealt with by Nico. Left into a 2-on-2, and Heroic, they fall back now. They don't want to give any more of these fights away in the post-plant. They're going to make Perfecto and Boomich work to regain this ground over towards A.
No util to get NaVi back in, and they haven't even figured out these positions yet. Pit site is fairly standard with this crossfire, but Boomich jumping out of apartments. Nico hits the drop, and he swings onto him. It's only Perfecto stuck at long. Does he want the money or the round? He's going to give it a go. The time is ticking. He's got the kill. He's down high
увидел же.
And there's no angle for Perfecto. He's getting danced
давай.
side, and he jumps up. It's already lost, and Stan just locks it in with a fourth. Or will die to the bomb, but it's a round nonetheless for Heroic. You don't blame NaVi for fast rotating B there, right? Every time Heroic have had that opening kill on B, they've committed, and NaVi have always won those retakes on the B-bomb site as well, so that's what sends Heroic away. They know NaVi are going to over-rotate, they know they've had trouble closing out the post-plant, and Stan finally wins one of his one-on-ones on this A site.
Right down to the wire.
Нет, форсят.
But it's not enough. Last round and a half, you see NaVi going in with Eagles. What could go wrong?
Да, она в таком случае
NaVi with Eagle scares me because they play like they've got nothing to lose. Perfecto.
Хорошо. Что делает Электроник? Он просто закопал команду. В обсах он его там и оставил, он не выйдет из обсора никогда больше. Информация по-любому была.
And now Heroic, they have to retrieve the bomb. They've got to waste all this time clearing all this nonsense. They don't want to be clearing.
4 в 2, но NaVi могут слить такой при таком бае, тем более.
Entire round now, balancing on a nice edge, thanks to that push from Electronic and Perfecto. Ooh, the timing for Electronic, he's just crossed. Isn't peeking yet, holding. This close sight angle. Problem he's going to have is because he won't get this engagement till so late on the short push, it kind of limits how much Simple can help him out here.
No,
and that Molly will force Electronic to drop that smoke. Now they know he's down in the pit. Simple smoked off at Moto.
Бомба уже в сайде. Вероятнее всего, она будет устанавливаться.
28
секунд. И это! Simple бежит на Дигл, на него пресс.
So they deal with Simple and Electronic just having to wait for his teammates. We're on a pretty lengthy journey.
Так, 3 в 1, ребята, ну заберите, пожалуйста. Я чувствую, на смене будет такое.
Can he give us the goods, or is it going to be NaVi finding 11? It looks like it's the latter. As they win this round, Deegs and Armor, the MP9 on Electronic, and that is the secret recipe to put 11 on the board for NaVi. This game, it's already a great
ребята, посмотрим, что NaVi
делает за атаку. NaVi taking on Heroic. Continue. It's just a moment.
Ну, знаю, NaVi, может быть, все. Так, сейчас я, значит, включаю трансляцию, ребята, открываю чат и запускаю снова. У нас как раз есть 2-минутный перерыв. Вот. А то я вообще не понимаю, как вам еще смотреть, что убавить, что прибавить. Хотя на буквально 2 минутки, ребят.